If you are a green belt or planning to become one, then there is one mistake I see over and over again. People choose the wrong kind of projects, and it's not just a rookie error. This one decision could be the reason for your certification doesn't lead to any real career growth, or worse, make your boss doubt your potential. I have watched talented professionals torpedo their credibility with a single project choice. But here is the thing, it's completely avoidable when you know what to look for. Today I'll show you exactly how to avoid this trap and pick a project that actually builds your reputation instead of destroying it. Hey, I'm Nikhil Pal. I am a certified master black belt with over 15 years of experience in operation excellence and digital transformation. I have mentored and interviewed over 100 Six Sigma professionals and personally reviewed dozens of real green belt projects across pharma, medical devices, and high-tech electronics manufacturing. And I can tell you from experience, choosing the right green belt project can make or break your entire Six Sigma career. I have seen high potential candidates completely ruin their momentum by picking projects that were either too safe or irrelevant, or completely out of scope for their skill level. The worst part, most people don't realize they have made this mistake until it's too late, and by then the damage to their professional reputation is already done. But here is what I have learned. The green belts who accelerate their careers fastest all follow the same project selection principles, and I'm going to share those with you right now. So what is this career killing mistake? So most green belts think that they need to pick a huge impact project to impress the leadership. They want to swing for the fences right out of the gate. Or they go completely the other way and pick a super safe and a minor improvement project just to get certified and move on. Both approaches are mistakes, and here's why. Let's take an example. Last month, I reviewed a project where a candidate chose to reduce report turnaround time by 10%. Sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. It was easy to measure but had zero impact on actual operations. Nobody cared about those reports. On the flip side, another candidate took on a supply chain optimization across 5 manufacturing plants. That's not a green belt project, that's a black belt program. That should take around 18 months, not 90 days. Both of these people were smart, capable professionals, but their project choices made them look alike. They either don't understand the business priorities or couldn't scope the work appropriately. So here is what happened when you pick the wrong project. And this is the part most people don't see coming. When your project doesn't align with actual business priorities, or when it lacks measurable, visible results, managers start making assumptions about you. They assume you don't understand what really matters to the business. You get labeled as someone who knows the tools but doesn't get the big picture. I have sat in the performance reviews where managers said things like, they completed their green belt, but I'm not sure they really understand our operation. That's a career killer right there. Even worse, when you pick a project that's too big and it inevitably fails or get delayed, leadership questions your judgment and your ability to execute. They start wondering if you can handle bigger responsibilities or not. The truth is, your green belt project is often the first time senior leadership really notices your work. It's your audition for the bigger roles. And if you bomb that audition because of poor project selection, it will take years to recover that credibility. So what does a career building green belt project should look like? It comes down to 3 negotiable criteria. The number 1, it solves a real pain point that people actually care about. Not a theory, a fix that saves times or headaches daily. The best way to find this, ask the frontline workers and managers directly what process wastes your time. Their answers are gold. Second one, it can be completed in 60 to 90 days. Green belt is about learning methodology, not solving world hunger. If your project timeline stretches beyond 3 months, you have picked the wrong project. Third, it has a measurable impact on cost, time, quality, safety. You need to be able to point to concrete numbers and say, I saved the company X dollars, or I reduced the process time by 5 minutes. Let me give you a perfect example. One green belt I coached worked in a pharmaceutical manufacturing. Instead of trying to optimize the entire production line, she focused specifically on reducing batch release time. in the quality control. Her project was laser focused to reduce the time between the batch completion and the final release by 18%. She mapped the process, identified 3 specific bottlenecks, and implemented solutions that saved 300 hours per year. More importantly, it made the quality manager look good because his department became more responsive. That project led to her promotion to senior engineer within 6 months. Because she solved a problem that mattered, she delivered results quickly and she made her stakeholders successful as well. Now, here is something most green belt training doesn't warn you about: the hidden risk of going too big too soon. I get it. Trying to solve everything in one massive project is tempting, especially if you want to look smart and ambitious. But you think, if I can just tackle this huge problem, everyone will see how capable I am. But here is what actually happens. Green belt is fundamentally about learning structure and methodology. When you pick up a project that is too complex, you get overwhelmed by variables you can't control, stakeholders with competing priorities, and data you can't access. Your project starts missing deadlines. You're constantly explaining why you need more time, more resources, more support. And instead of looking like someone who can handle big challenges, you look like someone who doesn't know how to scope work appropriately. I have seen this pattern destroy careers. Smart, capable people who bit off more than they could chew and spend the next 2 years trying to rebuild the trust with their manager. So, how do you choose a project that builds your career instead of sabotaging it? Use this simple 5-point checklist. Point 1. A stakeholder already wants it done. You shouldn't have to sell people on why this problem matters. If you are having to convince someone that your project is important, pick a different project. Point number 2. Clear baseline and target. You should be able to say, currently we do X and I want to get to Y. If you can't define that in one sentence, your project isn't clear enough. Point number 3. Data is accessible. You need to be able to measure your current state and your improvements. If getting data requires special approvals or IT projects, find a different problem to solve. Point number 4. You control most of the variables. The majority of your project should be within your influence. If success depends on other departments changing their processes, you are setting yourself for failure. Point number 5. You can show a win in 60 to 90 days, and this is not negotiable. Green belts that drag on for 6 months lose momentum and credibility. So here is a bonus tip that will save you months of frustration. Before you commit to any projects, run your idea by your manager using this exact question: if I improve this process, would it matter to you? If they hesitate, or if they give you a lukewarm response, and if they start talking about other priorities, pick something else. You want them to light up and say yes. That would make a huge difference. When you get that reaction, you know you have found a project that will build your reputation instead of damaging it. So, before you go, I want to help you personally. If you are struggling to choose between a green belt project, or if you want a feedback on any idea you are considering, drop a comment below with your personal concept. I read every comment and I will personally give you a targeted feedback on whether you are on the right track. And if this video helped you avoid a career limiting mistake, please give it a like and share it with fellow green belt or someone who is considering the certification. These insights could save them months of frustration and protect their professional reputation. Make sure to subscribe if you want weekly practice, if you want weekly practical advice on operational excellence and career advancements. No textbook theory, just real world strategies that actually work. Next week, I'm breaking down the 3 presentation mistakes that even a successful green belt project looks like failure. You don't want to nail the execution only to bomb your final presentation. So thanks for watching, and remember, your green belt project is your audition for bigger roles. So make it count.